our understanding, definition, and use of the word love. I don't think enough of us lean into its transformative power. The late Dr. Maya Angelou once said, "I know for sure that love saves me and that it is here to save us all." The Bible describes love as patient and kind. It's not envious, not boastful, not arrogant or rude or irritable or resentful. When you live and lead with love, it's hard to ignore injustices. Love by its very essence is selfless. And I believe that our guest today not only understands the selfless transformative power of love, she lives it. She is it. Our guest today was selected to play for Banyana Banyana, South African women's national team, in 2000 at the tender age of 16, and went on to earn 120 caps for Banyana Banyana, making her one of the most experienced women's soccer players in the world. When this Banyana Banyana captain retired from professional soccer, she was the first African to play and score 100 international goals. Not just the first African woman, but the first African player. And her name is Portia Modise. I am Olwethu Leshabane, and I have the distinct pleasure of being your host. Welcome to She's Driven. So I'm on my way to pick up Portia right now, and I won't lie, I am super excited. I can't wait to spend the day with her. And I think she's over there. There she is. Let's go ahead and pick her up. Hello! How are you? I'm good. I'm so excited for this day.
Yes, me too. Spending
Let's
a day
head out.
with you.
We're going to go roller skating.
Yes.
I hope you do you know how to roller skate?
I used to play with that ngisesemncane ngizijona. Angithi yazi nokudlala kule area labantwana ba privilege yabo banokushiya.
Well, I'm excited to take you roller skating. Let's see what your skills look like. Let's see what your skills look
There
like.
was no way ukuthi I would know how to roller skate Joe. Bani meke zongithengela ekhaya ngaphandle ukuthi ngasile.
So, tell me about then your childhood and your upbringing, Portia. Where are you from? Where did you grow up? What was your family like?
Mamela mina ngiphume eYCT ngikhulele eYCT Jabavu. My family, family yami family yabantu abaningi we 18. 3-room house.
18?
Yeah, 3-room house. And at that time, yeah, in that 18 we were staying liba to my grandmother will just pick up Kostrateng. My grandmother will make no musa.
Okay.
Will just pick up people and I was uklala, then we'll bring them home, and then that we'll have to adjust and take them like our brothers and sisters. You know? And it was a 3-room house, and my mom also was disabled, not working, you know. The only thing they were selling alcohol, and they will live with a lot of people that they coming from different houses to come and drink alcohol. Sometimes it was safe, sometimes it was not safe, because sometimes there will be situation, people fighting in your home. Tomorrow you need to wake up and go to school, you know. So my childhood, it was really never a smooth one, because I started to hustle in the young age. When I saw how I grew up, I felt good. I need to invest my time of trying to escape this poverty.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so then, what influenced the move into soccer? Did that become the escape?
Yeah, the escape, I think, for having brothers that they used to play. You know, at some point, maybe we were kaya because my mom will have to go and cinema beer. You know, my brothers, they love football, and maybe sometime then I'll go now my ground, and then I think maybe on the side. Then I started to see, let me see what my brothers do. I can do it too. When I started to touch that ball, my magic started to happen. I feel this thing was a gift. You know, it's something that it's not something that I learned how to play. I needed just to figure out about the talent that I had and nurture it.
And you know, this when you talk about football, I hear the passion, and I mean, I draw the distinction when footballers and pro footballers talk about football. I was born to play. I was born to. But now, for you, growing up and knowing that this is a calling for you, this is what you were meant to do, it ended up becoming one of the things that that shifted you out of football?
I think when I was only to being vocal, I think being the person that I am, I needed to limit myself. I needed to compromise some of the things in order for me to stay in the game long and the game can respect me the way I respected the game. So for a fact I'm this person, enjoy spade, I'm touching nonsense, to tell the honest truth. I know for a fact in my career and also with my talent, I respected my talent, I respected my career. I gave it all. I didn't have so much childhood. I didn't play like any other kids. I always invested my time to go train and practice, and I always wanted to be the best player in Africa. When I started to play with these ladies that I didn't think would there were other ladies who are playing football, because I started to play Limachita, and I started to realize that I can make something out of this. So when I started to see the unfairness that was happening in football, in women's football, and when I started to be vocal and fight and advocate about that, Mamela, it's when it took my career, it took my football away from me, because I think in order for you to last in this game, you need to be quiet and be thankful with anything that they give.
Sure. And I think on that note, let's go roller skating so we can blow off some steam. So Portia, have you ever been roller skating in a roller skating? I know you did in the streets of Soweto, but have you ever roller skated on a rink?
No.
So yeah, this is Dibana no Claudia today, and she's going to tell us what happens in a roller skating rink.
I can't wait. I want to do it after such a long time.
Let's go. Hello Claudia.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Olwethu.
I'm Portia.
Hi, Portia and Olwethu. Nice to have you here today. Let me just tell you a little bit about Egoli. We've been around for about 8 years now. And what makes it so interesting, besides being one of the very few roller skating rinks in the whole of Africa,
Sure.
is that we've got other activities for the kids as well.
So my kids absolutely love rollerball. I'm so excited to see whether Portia's feet work the same way on a soccer field as they do on a roller skating rink.
They say if you can't play, you can't dance, right?
That's it.
So also to skate, you need to move your legs. So it's like sort of like you're dancing. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to do this.
Okay, so ladies, the skates that Cynthia has just given you, those are the old-fashioned quad skates, and they are the easiest. 2 wheels next to each other versus the rollerblades, which we have also got for rental. But these are the easiest, so let's try on these first.
We'll upgrade one day.
In 5 minutes' time, yes.
Are you ready?
Okay, like a duck. How was that roller skating?
Very nice. It reminded me when I was busy stealing these things when I was growing up. But I didn't have money to buy this. So we will go to the colored areas. Yeah?
Yes.
They'll leave their things in the yard. Yeah? So we just look the coast, we just jump. Spoon and I. But other than that, Mamela enjoyed this. I did. I enjoyed it.
I want to talk a little bit about Portia with Love, your autobiography. From Portia with Love. Can you tell me where the inspiration came from to write From Portia with Love?
I think Olwethu mina ngumuntu nothando jo. Nginothando oluningi. For a fact ukuthi I grew up not really getting that love. I grew up in the street in a young age. I was hustling, trying to help my family, being a breadwinner in the early age. I was raised by different families. I have a lot of families. because you meet people, you make friends, then they take you to their homes, you end up finding another family. You know, you meet people go strating, you become so close. I go to their family, they end up taking me as so from that love that I've got from those homes, the mothers, the sisters, the fathers, they played a role to me, and they made me believe, Gucci, you don't have to get to Tando from your family where you were. You can get love everywhere. If you ungazalwa nabantu today mara bangabi ifamily yakho, you know, then ungazalwa nabanye abantu bese baba ifamily yakho. So mina, I guess I'm blessed because I have that in my life.
Amen. I love that. So you were brought up by the village. That village that we always talk about, because it takes a village to raise a child.
Mamela, I also believe good when I always abantu abangarizwa ngwa village. That is why ba bozincinci ashort. You know, for a fact, as much as when I was growing up, I knew that my parents, they were not there to watch me all the time, but I knew that I was always watched.
Yes.
And I couldn't do things which is wrong.
Next door,
I know
shy.
not even about to next door. You know, Tiname school we didn't have lento mama was next door, koko was next door, uma, ukoku babu babu. You know, putu. You know, for a fact to mdala gimegezo ba uputi, and nathi ekhaya we were raised ukuthi mawubona umuntu wase next door, don't say umuntu wase next door, umzali wakho. You know, that is why noma ekhaya mebengenamali ukukhirisa mawungaye next door ucela imali yokukhira and they will give you. So thina we were fortunate, we were raised in a community that was misese nobuntu. Then ama-community manje wasese nobuntu. It's a one man show, ubheka ifamily yakho, ubheka indlu yakho, ukuthi kwenzakalana next door, you don't care.
You know what I love about your book? It is the way in which you used multimedia in order to write it. The accessibility to it. And you have incorporated the idea that anyone, whether you're konofunda or konofunda, whether you are somebody that reads in pictures or reads in words, you considered all of those people in how you put this book together. Why were you so intentional in that? What was the motivation behind writing it in that way?
Because I don't like to read. So I felt Gucci, I needed to be realistic as much as I can. You know, to really understand Gucci, there are those who can read, there are those who can't read, there are those who want to listen, there are those who want to watch. And I did it just because I know most of the fans, football fans, they are really not having time, you know, to sit down and finish a book. You know, they rather drive, go to the game and play the audio and listen to me, you know, or watch the videos as in like you're watching a story, then you get interested. But if you give a footballer a book, I never saw
seen a footballer really?
It's only the generation of today that I played with that now they're going to school that you'll find them maybe to my exam when we're in camp, they'll sit in their room and try to study, you know. But with our generation, I know for a fact if I have to reach out to them and make them understand which I want them to read my book, I needed to come with different ways even attract abantu abadala, you know, laba bangasakwazi ukubona, you know, that they love you so much because thina sinokuthandwa abantu abadala, so they follow us. So I decided ukuthi mengayenza digital nabantu abadala, they will have an opportunity, you know, to listen to me like an interview or an audio, you know, those who can read but I wanted to make sure that everyone get the message. It was not even about me writing a book, it was about me wanting people to get the message, understand our struggles.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you openly talk about discrimination, you know, being part of the LGBTI A+ community in the book. You also talk about how that particular struggle of being discriminated as a queer woman and a gay woman within the sports space and within the sports industry impacted your trajectory and impacted your growth and your being able to fully be yourself. Why was that important for you to share in the book?
Because the sad part, people think we are satanism, or I just chose this path. I just woke up one day, I'm like, mean, I'm gonna confuse myself and being a lesbian. You know, when people see me, they need to be confused. No, I grew up like this. I was born like this. Love is love.
Yeah.
If bazogenda, bazogenda. So I don't understand why people think for it to be us, you know, it's so wrong. So I'm trying to free also the athletes, you know, to live the comfortable life that they live. Love them just because they are athletes. Don't care about what they do after being athletes, because that is their life. They still need to live their lives, you know. So for me, I was like, I'm not gonna allow my talent to take also my personality.
Yeah.
I'm already saving my country enough.
Absolutely.
I'm not even getting a respect from that.
Absolutely.
They also want to take and control how I need to live my life out of the game. That is not going to happen. I'm going to live my life very proudly with colorful pride, with colorful colors.
Sure. And tell us a little bit about the Portia Modise Foundation. It started in 2015.
Portia Modise Foundation, Joe, I think it's something that I dreamed of while I was still playing, to say one day if I can have a foundation, it could be my voice, it could be a space where I could help women's footballers. You know, after football, there are those who wants to still do something, do the coaching courses. I wish my foundation could help them. There are those who dropped out of school with not having money to continue. I hope one day my foundation could get funding and help those ones who still want to continue with their school. Sometimes football make us to drop out in school early, because they'll tell you, good, sometimes you need to go right, and that time the national team used to go, they need to go play the Olympics. Now they tell you you need to choose which, either Scala or a national team. Some of them they dropped, some of them they left jobs just because they wanted to go present the country. Then end of the day, what's happened? They don't make the team. They end up going home with nothing. So for me, I felt good one day if I could have a foundation, I could help women footballers, teams, personally, individually, you know, because I know our struggles. You know, I know our struggles, but the only difference is it's not easy because we don't get funding. You know, we need more funding. We need people to come on board to sponsor. Being a school kid, Joe, coming from a disadvantaged home, sakugcobisha fish oil, yazungena Vaseline, ugeza amazinyo ngensipho. You know, so for me, I know there are kids, Joe, who are still going through those things. With my foundation, I just want to give hope. You know, I just want to let them know, Guti, it doesn't say Guti Tinangoba we grow up and we pass their stage, we no longer care. We know Guti, this thing is a chain. If me survival, it doesn't say Guti others who are growing up, they will never go through what I went through. They will. But it's up to us, Tina, that we walk the path when we start to make it. I felt good. I need to go back, Joe, to make life easy, because it's not nice when you are a guy, Joe, out on the shield, you know, so scary, Joe. Like it's not very nice. So for me, it was, I need to go back to schools, because I know for a fact that there are guys who always believe Guti, attention guma cherry, you know, nama cherry I believe good attention guma outy. So I just mix. You know, when I take these sanitaries, I give boys, I give girls. You know, because end of the day, we're struggling all.
Absolutely.
This thing of putting gender into things, it pisses me off.
And you know, you spoke earlier on about the personal cost for you of speaking truth to power, and the personal cost that came at you because you wanted to be yourself. You were uncompromising in being yourself throughout your whole career. What do you say to the young girls that you mentor now and the young people that you mentor now about the personal cost of speaking truth to power and being yourself? What would you say to them right now?
You know, when I advise young boys and young women out there, I'll always tell them they need to empower themselves. Whatever that they do, they need to put 100%. Because one day it will give them a voice, it will give them a confidence, it will give them a power. The power that they think Bona they don't have. You know, we don't have to wait for other people to recognize what we can do, what we're good at. You can still recognize that when yourself and empower yourself. You know, because when you know that you're good with something and you start to be vocal and start to fight for what you deserve, Mamela, they will close doors for you. Then you need to be able to equip yourself. Oguti, when that happens, what next?
Yeah.
You know, you don't break. You know, I think what I tried to teach them, what I went through when I started to speak, I started to realize they will close doors. Then I started to make myself very strong to say, anyway, I never owned the jungle.
Yeah.
The jungle was owned before me. You know, so the only problem, the jungle had rules that favored the power. So we come, the generation of today, we're saying, no. So I'm gonna be able to stand for that now. Even it will take me to my grave. I'm ready for it. And Mamela raised my hand. I was like, I'm ready.
Amen.
If you have to take me to my grave, fighting for other people's rights, fighting for other people equality, fighting for gender equality for women, let it be it. Because even the people who have power today, there was one person that sacrificed themselves for those people to have power today.
Absolutely.
So I guess, Joe, when we were raised in by Abo Mandela, Abo Winnie, you know, we've learned what is the leadership mean.
Cost of leadership.
The cost of leadership. So I think, you know, I wear their shoes in a different path, in a different sporting code. But they were in the politic. But Mina, I thought I'll take their braveness, I'll take their hearts to sport.
Absolutely.
So
And I know what I loved about today's activity. It drew such a beautiful parallel between the journey of football that you've gone on, the unsteady journey of football. And something that I love to say and speak about is engaging your core, knowing who you are. And there was, when we were going around the race rink, and you were like, it needs a tough core.
Yeah.
You need to strengthen your core, and you need to just keep moving, you know, and keep rolling. And that's what you are.
Mamela, I think I went to Denmark, where they didn't even speak any language that I will hear. But I didn't give up. I didn't want to go home. Instead, I wanted to stay 4 years in that country. That was too racist. My color of my skin was a problem. Every shop, just because I was black. But I told myself, good, I'm going to stay here. I want to be a better leader. I want to learn a lot. When I go back home with an experience that I have, I need to be able to change it, to share, you know, and make other women to be strong. Because what I believe, Tina, as women, as South Africa, we were raised in a way we need to be puppets. You know, I need to serve a man. What about me? You know, it's something that they will teach you overseas. Gender equality is very important. What Penny McCarthy can do, I can do too. So why Penny McCarthy is you know, that is suppressing to women. So for me, I don't want to surrender that. No, I don't want to surrender that. It's not like I don't want to surrender that because I don't see myself as a woman. I don't want to surrender that because that is abuse. The GPV that they normally talk about, all those who are in power, when we celebrate those months, they talk about that GPV. But Bonabas check you, they're doing it. Why are you talking about something that when are you still doing it? Because that is GPV for me. You can't say, guys, stop GPV. We see you doing the advert talking about GPV, but behind the doors, you're doing it. It's so bad. It's not even fun. Because I always say to people, what is it that I'm saying wrong, Mengit? Can I be seen as an athlete, not as a wife or as a girlfriend that someone could sleep night in order for me to get something before I've been recognized?
Absolutely.
What is wrong that I'm saying by saying that? We're not going to be the same, all of us. Shortcut.
Actually.
So Tina, where do we stand? Tina,
Absolutely.
So I take my shortcut in order for me to celebrate. No, I worked. The very same way Penny Makata to get the recognition. The very same way Lucas Kateba to get the recognition. I did. So what is it that I need to do, Mina, to get my recognition? To sleep with every man?
No.
That is GBV. And I'm not going to do it. And I'm not going to surrender just because a man feels good, he needs to control us. For what? No, I have my own life, dude. Now I have dreams. And to achieve my dreams, the very same effort when as a man that you put, probably I even put it 10 times because I'm being suppressed as a woman. For me to be seen, my effort, I need to work 20 times. When you only need to work once. So, I believe I deserve my respect because I even work harder to get my respect.
And in closing, Portia Modise, she is?
Portia, I would say, son. Imbogoto. I was born to be a leader, and I will never surrender for nothing. As long if you're not coming with fairness, I'm not gonna surrender. But if you're coming with fairness, I will surrender. I'll have the respect. Make no mistake, ngikhuliswe kahle, ngikhule ekhaya leShaba. Umuntu omdala ngisamazi namhlanje, ngisathunywa esitoro namhlanje. But mawuza nge-nonsense, hayi, nami ngiza nge-nonsense. So it's so unfortunate ukuthi we grow up in a space where it was suppressed by apartheid, and it's what I'm saying, which it doesn't change because the people who are leading us, they still have the mentality apartheid. They want to shift. If they can shift, things will change in this country because the young people will take over. They have the mentality that we have. Understanding which it's no longer the same. Women, they don't have to be seen the way our leaders sees women. You know? So for me right now, I'm just someone who's trying to make a difference in my community, you know, in my sporting code. Not even only in my sporting code, speaking for women, Joe. Trying to motivate all the women to stand up for themselves. It's about time. You know, encouraging women to support one another. Because if it doesn't start with us, who's going to do it?
Is going to do
Men are doing it to support one another. Till now we're busy crying, backstabbing each other. You need to start. Women who have businesses, they need to start investing in women sporting code, women businesses. Let's uplift one another because I do believe if we can have a number of women that can hold the power, listen, our country could be a better world. Yeah?
Thank you so much, Portia. Thank you for spending the day with me. How was the roller skating?
Thank you so much.
Last time South African women are taking back their time and re-owning their narratives. The 21st century woman is reclaiming the complex reality of being a woman right now. Join us on She's Driven, where in the next episodes, we'll be taking you through journeys of professional women who are reclaiming their spaces in each of their professions. See you next week.